The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Okay, I'd like to welcome you on board tonight for tonight's online training. Lesson 1, which is on client avatar with 5-figure Fitpros, how to double or triple your income and clients in 2016 with myself, Alex Chisnell. So first of all, just like to welcome you all on board to this week's first class. Just want to check the sound levels, so if you could just let me know that you're hearing me loud and clear, that would be much appreciated. So just pop into the box there for me that you can hear me loud and clear, and that would be great. Brilliant. Can see a tiger. That's great. Okay. Another one can see a tiger. Okay, that's perfect. That's all we want to see. It's just a holding screen. And just let me know that you can hear me loud and clear. Okay, so just going to turn off the music for you guys. And we'll be very shortly, we'll be ready to go. Okay, so let's get started. 8 o'clock. Welcome to 5-figure Fitpros. As I said, I'm Alex Chisnell. Tonight's going to be our first online training. You should be able to access a couple of handouts that we've got available there for you. Okay, so if you'd like to, I'll tell you what, we won't go straight to the handouts. Just do a bit of housekeeping first, like we did on the webinar the other week, and like we did with our other class last week as well. So, so to say, yeah, I'm Alex Chisnell. I'm your host this evening. You would have seen me on the webinar for those of you who saw that last week or the week before. And we've got a final one, last one of the year, which is next week, which we'll be doing last one, like I say, before the end of the year and before we start our next class, which is starting in the new year. So here we are, and about to start our first lesson. I'm just going to press the record button so that we've got this for posterity, and you'll all be sent out a copy of each week's online training and also the handouts, which I'd like you to download and open, and we'll work through them together when I say so, which is not quite yet, but we'll be in the next couple of minutes. So today we are going to cover, so first of all, I'm going to call this first module client avatar, and very much starting at the beginning. You know, we've got trainers here who are already trainers, been doing it for quite a few years, got other trainers other fitness professionals who are just about to start in the industry for the first time, don't have any experience in this industry. I also got a couple of trainers who are coming back into the industry, having worked in it before and coming back again. So different people right across the board, a couple of therapists as well. So again, this is relevant no matter what you do. Same principles apply, and therefore by starting at the beginning, we'll be doing a business health check, and we will literally be covering everything from looking at your revenue, your sales, your marketing, your management. If you have that in place, you may do, you may not. Most of you, I know, don't at this point, but want to get to that stage. So it's all relevant. We'll also look at your current strengths, areas that need to improve if you want to reach your goals, and the action steps needed to get there. So we're going to create all that today with our business health check. And like I say, even if you're one of our fitness professionals tonight who haven't been in business yet, or haven't for a while, then it's all still relevant. It will still, it's almost better doing it this way. So you get all the right processes in place. So you've got the right things to track and know how you're doing, where most people go along with their heads in the sand for the whole time. So, and don't track their numbers, which is the most important thing that we should all be doing. But like I say, we'll be covering all those different things. If there's enough time, we will then move on to our client avatar, and that will be determining who your ideal client is, or ideal clients are. Ideally, we want one minimum. Two is great, and as you get more experienced, and once you really become adept at mining one of those markets, then you can move on to another one, become the master of that, market the hell out of that, and move on to the next ideal client and market the hell out of that. And perhaps something we want to do is open your own studio. You might want to stay small, whatever it is. This will help you do that. And at the end, I have a question and answer session for those of you who'd like to stay on and have any questions about the material that we're going through. And we will then essentially looking for you to work through the workbooks that we've got up tonight between now and next week, and before the calls that we'll schedule with yourselves as well for accountability to see how you're getting on, and have any challenges that we can help you with. Okay, so that's how we're looking tonight. We're looking to go through to about 9 o'clock and then carry the Q&A on after that for as long as that takes. I'm going to be here, and then obviously you can feedback. We're going to be dropping you into the Facebook group once we've done tonight's seminar as well, and have lots of interaction on there as well. Lots of helpful hints, strategies that we can use, motivation will all be on there as well. So we'll be putting you on that over the next couple of days. So moving on, please. So literally, just so that you get the best out of this, please switch off your mobile. Shut down any of the websites you've got, especially social media that could disturb you, especially Facebook, Twitter, etc. Do shut your door if you're in your bedroom or living room and you don't want any distractions coming in. Switch off the TV if someone's got it on in the background, and grab a paper and pen to work through this. You can either use the workbooks that we've got, the Word documents that you can click there, or you can use pen and paper and then print the other ones off at another time and work through it. Entirely up to you how you do it. That's what we're going to do. So moving you forwards to what will be success, 5-figure Fitpro success system. This is module 1, as I say, and we're all ready to get started. So I'm just going to switch screens here, and I'm going to open one of the documents for you. Okay, so first one we're going to go for is a business diagnostic. So I'm just going to open that up and we're going to work our way through it. Boom. Okay. Okay, guys, so here we go. So this is the first one. that we're going to get you to work through tonight with us. I'm going to talk you through it. Nothing to worry about at all. This is going to help your business in every way. It's best to start by looking back at what you've done in the past. If you haven't had a past yet, then this is a great place to start, because you'll be putting these building blocks in place now as to how to run your business in the right way, so that you're always tracking everything, tracking your revenue, tracking your sales, tracking your marketing, your management if you have that as well, and always analyzing your strengths, areas to improve, and action steps every week, every month, every quarter, every year to move your business forward. So let me see if I can open this up a little bigger. Bear with me. Okay. So you should all be able to see that crystal clear on your screens. First section, just a general section. I'm not expecting you to have these now. Like I say, a lot of this is going to be you going back, checking your figures, and adding this in over the course of the next week. But what we're looking at essentially is what was your gross revenue last year? That's all of your money that you took in revenue from being a fitness professional, whichever part of the industry that you're in. So what was your gross revenue? How much money did you actually bring in? Okay, and then what were your gross expenses for the last year? Okay, we're going to take that away. Expenses, literally anything and everything, from your petrol, from your transport, to any rent you're paying for studio, gym space, any equipment you bought. If you're clever and you put everything on your tax return, then we're talking coffees, we're talking lunches. I think it's, what is it? Is it £25 a day that you're allowed to claim? Something like that off the top of my head. I'll have to double check that. But that's what we're looking for, okay? And then we want what's happening at the moment. So that was the last year. What we want to know now is what your current average monthly revenue is. So what are you bringing in on an average month? And I always say the best way to look at current is to look at the last 3 months. So look at the last quarter and what have you been bringing in. Okay, and likewise, what's been going out. And again, that's over the last 3 months. Total, the last 3 months revenue and expenses up, divide by 3. So you've got your current average monthly revenue and your current average monthly expenses. Take the 2 away, and that's what you're left with, what you pay yourself. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to look at your current revenue stream. So again, this is one of those ones that we'd like you to go back and have a look at over the course of the next week. Okay, so depending on your business model, you might do one-on-one personal training, you might do small group training, you might do large group training, i.e. a boot camp type scenario, or you might be a therapist. That's still essentially the same as working with somebody one-on-one, unless you do something different again, whether you're an instructor and you just do small group, large group, etc. So you get the picture. So we're just breaking down each different revenue stream. And for myself, when with our businesses, so we had personal training, we had large group training, and we also had the therapy, sports injury angle, so another one-on-one. So for each one, we just want to break it down, so divide it up. What is the average monthly revenue for each revenue stream? So if we just take one as an example today, average monthly revenue, again, what your average monthly expenses are, and again, that's the last 3 months, and that tells you what your margin is. Take one away from the other. So got your revenue, take away expenses, that gives you your margin. And also work out what is your total number of clients for that individual revenue stream. So how many people have you seen that contributed to that revenue? And also, what is your maximum capacity? And by that, I mean, if you decide that you will make yourself available for 40 hours a week and you're currently working 20 of them, then 40 hours is your maximum capacity. You're currently working 20, therefore you're at 50% capacity. So you've got 50% of growth that could still come. Okay, so that's what we're looking for there. And we want you to do that for every current revenue stream that you have. Just break it down into sections, and then you get some clarity rather than just all of it coming into the same, for example, all of it coming into the same bank account every month, or mixed up if you're doing a couple of classes, if you're doing one-on-one, if you're running a boot camp, if you're also doing a bit of sports massage on the side. Things can get really, really complicated and difficult to break down and know where the money's actually coming from. And I can totally relate to this from personal experience because I've been there. So separate it out. Wish I had this knowledge to start with. It's not rocket science, as you can see, but it's just being clear on exactly what's going in, what's going out, how many people you're seeing, how many people could you be seeing. So what's your capacity? So it shows you how much you got to grow into that. Okay, so moving on. So next we're going to look at marketing. Okay, so the most important thing is going to be your marketing, in my opinion. It's where you want to be spending your money. Every business needs a steady flow of new clients, and you'll be rewarded by spending marketing on that. So I'm going to run through these questions that we have with you. So again, if you've got the answers to these, then pop them in now as we work through them. It's going to be helpful to you. You can go back over this over the next couple of days before we all meet up again and double check those answers. But it'd just be interesting for yourself to pop these answers down now, and you can again go back, like I say, look at it again, and it might surprise you the actual answers that you come up with, what your gut reaction is here. So what I mean by how many inactive clients does your business have? So that's people, customers who have worked with you and aren't training at the moment. So did they go on holiday in the summer and they never came back? Are they injured? Are they ill? Have they given it the usual, oh, I'm too busy, it's Christmas coming up? We all know that one. Happens in every business, unfortunately. So how many inactive clients does your business have at the moment? So these are going to be people that we're going to be looking to reignite. And it might be one of those clients, always kills me when they've literally got 1 or 2 sessions left before they're due to renew, and then they go all inactive on you. And you obviously want them to renew and pay you some more money. Absolutely. Become a regular client again. So that plays with your future forecasting completely, unless you have already got systems set up whereby every month or every 12 weeks, if you've got them on a 12-week plan, we'll talk about all this on another module, but unless you've got it set up so it's all automated and they pay you whether they turn up or they don't pay you, then you live in hand to mouth. And something like this, when a client goes inactive, massively impacts on your business. Okay, how many unconverted prospects do you have contact information for? And by prospects, I mean leads. So those are people who have inquired about your services. So maybe you've run some marketing campaigns, maybe you've done some social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn ads, maybe you've done some Google pay-per-click ads, maybe you've got your website set up, capturing people who've registered for your newsletter, or you've written an ebook or something like you give away on the front of your website. If you haven't, then you need to be doing that. And again, we will go through that on a future webinar. But how many unconverted prospects? So these are people, like I say, who you've got contact information for, but you've never converted them into a paying client. So how many of those do you have contact information for? And this will all become abundantly clear why I'm asking you for this, because these are the people we want to go to first and foremost in the coming weeks, months, to see if they're ready to become a paying client. It's going to be the easiest wins for you. And with regards to this contact information you have for these people, do you have a database organized with this contact information? If not, you should be. And When I mean database, I mean something as simple as having a MailChimp account or Aweber or Constant Contact or one we use, Infusionsoft, but you can get free ones, like I say, such as MailChimp. And you just want to put it all in there, all organized, and it will tell you how often these people open your emails, for example, as you can tell how active they are, how engaged they are with the content that you're offering them. Okay, so moving on, how many external lead generation campaigns have you been running each month on average? And when I speak to most trainers about lead generation and i.e. new clients coming into their business, 99 out of 100 trainers tell me they purely rely on referrals. Well, that's going to be internal marketing. I'm talking external lead generations. That's bringing new clients into your business. That's launching campaigns at finding new clients. So if you have been running external lead generation campaigns, then put down how many you've been running each month on average. And we want to be running a couple of these. We don't want to be relying on one source for new clients. We want to be relying on a couple, because if one dries up, then there's potentially another one that could still be bringing us in clients there. Okay, and what are they? List them out. What campaigns have you got? So are you running an advert in the local paper, for example? Are you running a competition? Are you running any social media campaigns? Are you using Google pay-per-click? Million and one different things, but that's just a few that I can think of at the top of my head. And is your current marketing, so is these efforts that you are doing bringing in the volume of leads that you need to reach your sales goals? Yes or no? Is it bringing in the volume of leads that you need to reach your sales goals? Okay, and if not, which I'm suspecting the answer isn't, which it is for most people in most businesses, you could always have more leads in your business. Then, how many more leads do you need to generate each month to reach your goals? How many more? Okay, and by that I mean, for example, if you're this depends on what your current close rate is. So, for example, by that I mean, if you are getting 10 new client leads a month, but you're only converting 2 out of every 10, then your success rate is only 20%. And if your target is 4 clients a month or 1 per week, then going on that average, you're going to need 20 leads a month to get to 4. Okay, so, or alternatively, if you're still getting 10 clients a month, but your conversion rate is 50%, then you're getting 5 every month. So what we need to do here is, if the other thing we can do, of course, is improve your conversion rate, and that's something we're going to be doing in one of our future modules. So that's the quickest way to get to where you want to be, is improve that. But if you're not getting enough leads in the first place, then that's obviously the first thing that we need to look at. Okay, so moving on. Do you have a follow-up drip marketing system in place to consistently communicate with and make offers to your list? Okay, and what I mean by a drip marketing system, so that's an automated email system that you can drop your clients' email addresses into, and they will be sent a series of emails, essentially making them feel welcome about your company, warming them up. If they are one of these unconverted leads that you may have, they might not be ready to buy now, but if you have a drip marketing system in place that consistently communicates with them, tells them all the good stuff that's happening about your company, and that could include offers to incentivize them to take action, and become a client of yours, not everybody is ready to buy right now. If they went on your website and saw what you were offering, they may not be ready to buy now. How many of you, for example, decided to sign up for this course the first time you've seen it, or signed up for something maybe not in the gym or body clinic or something else that you came into contact with myself? Did probably not any of you. And think about yourselves and your own buying habits. Are you always ready to buy the first time you see an offer, be that on the TV, be that on a website, in your Facebook feed, for example? Chances are no, and it's the same, with our businesses here. You get a load of people who, for example, register for one of our webinars, and X amount might turn up, and then X amount will take action on the offer that we make. But where you find you actually get more of an uptake is in the follow-up, and most people never ever follow up, or if they do, it's one phone call. And I come across this all the time with Not in the Gym and the trainers we have there. They'll get a client lead, and they'll say, I phoned them, I texted them, I dropped them an email, didn't hear anything back after a week. Boom, that's it. Chuck the lead in the bin. Well, that is completely the wrong way to go about it. I mean, there's something called the rule of 7, whereby it takes 7 points of contact before someone will act upon the offer you're making. And there's other theories that are expanded on that even more, 10 or 12 or 14 or something. So, and I've seen that happen in my businesses again. It will take that many times for someone else to take action, because they might not like, trust, respect, buy into what you're offering. So it takes time. So if you do have a follow-up drip marketing system, telling them all the wonderful things about you and your business and what you can do for them. And I always remember one of my first ever personal training clients. She said she had my flyer pinned up in her kitchen for 12 months. And she got it from my wife, who's a beauty therapist. So a bit of cross referral going on there many years ago. And a fantastic client of mine, very loyal. And I'd never come across anything like that where I'd waited that long to act on something. So you just don't know. So you have something like that. I don't know if any of you out there do a weekly email, a daily email, a monthly newsletter. Anything like that is better than nothing, but something that we can set up consistently. And it's easy to do. Just that, the first one that you do, just like a series of 3, 4, 5 emails. They don't have to be long. It's a paragraph, just telling them a little nugget of information about your business, and then the final email will be an offer to get them back in, and then you can drop them into a weekly, monthly email. Okay, so talking about systems already, so here we go. Another one. Do you have a system in place to capture testimonials from your clients on a regular basis? Okay, so do you have any system in place to capture testimonies at all? And do you do it on a regular basis? Okay, and any way you get testimonials, guess what? You got to ask for them. And amazingly, most people don't, or most people don't do it on a consistent basis. And hey, if you get results and they like you, why wouldn't they want to give you a testimonial? And what happens when you get testimonials? Well, you can then ask for referrals. Put you in a good place. They give you a testimonial. They obviously like you. They think you should be getting results, obviously, or they wouldn't be with you. But again, do you have a system in place to capture referrals from your clients on a regular basis? And I always ask this with my staff in our businesses, and we give them targets, how many referrals they should be getting a month, how many testimonials they should be getting a month. And most service businesses rely heavily on referrals. And I know, like I say, most trainers I speak to, they only rely on referrals. But I'm sure you could improve your referral system if you have one. Tweak it. Do you ask at every opportunity for a referral? You get to know your clients well. Talking about their friends, their relatives, So the longer you're with them, the more you come to understand more that their friends, family members might be having the same challenges they have, and you could be the solution to that problem. But if you're not listening, and if you're not asking the right questions and asking them consistently, you're not going to get these rewards, these referrals, and each one could be worth, I don't know, whatever you charge for your entry level package. So call it a 12-week standard price in the UK. Outside of London, £35, £40 a session. That could be worth £400 to you, every 12 weeks. It's a couple of grand a year. So is it worth asking for a referral? I think it is. So, like I say, do you have a renewals system in place? And by that I mean every time a client's package is coming up for renewal, does it happen automatically? Do you sit down with them 3 or 4 weeks beforehand, go through the results they've had with you, which should be good, obviously. So you're teeing them up for renewal. Do you have it already set up banking-wise that their membership automatically renews? So do you have it every month? They pay you. Do you have it set up every 12 weeks? They pay you if they're on a 12-week, whatever it might be. Again, if you've got a renewal system in place, you can forecast financially what you're going to be earning in 6 months, in 12 months' time. If you don't, and you're relying on doing it manually, and again, you get into that situation like this time of year or the summer holidays when people go away, it all breaks down. Not everybody comes back, do they? People get lost, people lose the motivation, a myriad of different reasons. So we need these systems in place. And if you do have these systems in place, are you consistently following through? It's great to have them in place, which most of us won't, but are you doing it consistently? Okay, so let's move on to sales. Okay, so if you know these figures, great. If you don't have any clients yet, then we're starting with a baseline, which is great. This is the way that you're going to do everything from now on, and you're going to review this on a regular basis. What's regular? We do it on a weekly basis. We do it on a monthly basis. We do it on a quarterly. We do it on an annual basis. So I get my admin, meet up on a Friday, last couple of hours of the week, and we just go through all these kinds of things. So what the average number of new clients per month that you're getting into your business, the average number of new clients. And again, just look at the last 3 months and get the broad average from that. The average number of new clients per month. Okay, and what's the average number of closed sales that you make per month? So how many sales have you made on average over the last 3 months? Okay, so divide that by 3. How many have you made? How many sales? So what's your average close rate? Like I said, if you've seen 10 potential new clients and you've closed 2 of them, it's 20%. If it's 3, 30%. And we're going to touch on this more in the next module. We've got some great calculators for you to work out exactly how many leads you need based on your close rate. And then the module after that, we're going to work on your close rate with some sales scripts and get you all up to 80% and beyond where you need to be. 8 out of every 10 clients signing up. How would that feel? And is your sales process converting where it needs to be in order to maximize the return on investment in your marketing campaigns and hitting your revenue goals? Okay, so your return on investment, well, you obviously need a return on your investment. So whatever money you're spending on your marketing, are you getting a return on that? Are you spending £100 a month on Facebook ads and you're getting 2 clients a month signing up for £400 a pop? Well, that's great return on your investment of about £700 then. But is that, what revenue goal have you set yourself? And again, maybe you haven't got these targets set up yet, but we're going to have these all in place for the new year. So what is your revenue target? What do you want to make next year, next 12 months? What do you want to then break that down? What do you want to earn next quarter, January, February, March? What do you want to earn next January? Do it on a monthly basis, okay? So this is how we want to be talking, how we want to be thinking, the kind of mindset that we want to have moving forward, so that we're regularly tracking what's happening in our business, and we can then react when things perhaps aren't going as well as we want them to be. We can break down exactly where in the pipeline there's a fault, and we can fix that, okay? And what type of payments do you currently offer on your programs? So I know you speak to so many trainers and they still only do cash. And I was just used to think, I used to do it myself starting out. It's how it was done. But I'd always think, would my 65-year-old female client want to be carrying 400 in used notes around with her 6 o'clock in the evening in the middle of December? Not really. And again, that makes your renewal process absolutely set up to fail. So, do you have something like Go Cardless set up, which is a system whereby it's all automated for you? Just set your clients up and those payments come out monthly, quarterly, however you want to set them up, depending on what packages they've signed up for. Have it all happen automatically in your business for you, and as if by magic, money appears in your account every month. And especially if you're one of these people who doesn't like handling cash, and a lot of my therapists in my business are like that. I think it comes from, I don't know, I think when you're attracted to working in these industries that you want to help people, maybe handling cash doesn't feel, I don't know, ethical. I don't know what the word is, because I don't have a problem with it. But a new therapist got working for me, and it's exactly what she said. I don't like asking for money. I was like, well, and her conversion rate when she started with us was literally like about 12%. And I was like, well, the sooner you get used to asking for cash, the sooner you're going to make more money, and make more money for me as well, funnily enough. So I've got a guy coming out next week, which I did last year, and he's going to coach them. He's a success coach, so he will find out from each of them what their motivation is and where they want to get to, and why shouldn't I be doing that? Well, yeah, I want to know that information, but I'm too close to them for them to kind of elicit those answers. Possibly, they see me as we want more sales, we want more money, but obviously take an interest in your staff. But at the same time, I want to get someone in from the outside, a little secret shopper to start with, and find out what motivates them. So slightly off piste as usual for myself, but I'm just wanting to think of other types of payments that you currently offer. And again, you can have something set up on your website through PayPal, but check out something like Go Cardless. Moonclerk is another one, MOONCLERK, Moonclerk. You can set things up there where you get automated payments as well. Okay, so moving on to management. And again, this may not affect all of you right now, but I'm assuming it will in the future. So, and in the near future, because, how many staff members do you currently have? Well, if you don't have any, if you're just starting out or you're getting back into it, or you're struggling on your own, biggest learning curve I made, biggest success curve I made was when I took somebody's advice, one of my mentors, and employed an admin. And I didn't think I'd be able to afford an admin with what I was making. You're only averaging a couple of grand a month. But I took someone on part-time, and it was just to answer calls, make callbacks, answer email, filter those leads that were coming through. Because if you're busy with clients, no one's answering the phone, or you're doing a long day at the gym, back-to-back shifts, then you haven't got the time to chase people up. And like, as I said earlier, you want to be, and again, I don't look at it as chasing up. Someone has indicated they are interested in purchasing your services. Therefore, you're doing them a disservice by not trying to get in touch with them. And how many times do you hear people say, oh, I phoned up, whatever it might be, phoned up hairdressers for an appointment and they never got back to me. So I just went to the next one on Google and found them instead. So you need to be following up and different ways. So an admin is a great way to do it. Another way you can do it is through an apprentice scheme. Government have an apprentice scheme, and depends which way you look at it. People are looking for the experience. They don't want to go into university, pay the fees that are out there, come out 27 grand down from 3 years in uni. They might not feel ready going straight into a job. They still want to learn. So we're offering them an apprenticeship whereby they spend 4 days a week in your business and 1 day a week in college. The government also gives you £1,500 for helping out, and you end up paying your admin. I mean, it's ridiculous, like £2 something an hour. Seriously. It literally worked out by having someone full time working on my business, doing all my social media for me, my marketing campaigns, tracking all the metrics, doing the staff invoices, all this kind of thing, whatever you want it to be. It was about £52 a week. If you had someone doing all that for you, do you not think you could go and earn more than £52 a week instead of doing all the admin? I think the answer is yes for everybody. So that's something to be looking out for. Again, like I say, to start with, look at someone to do it part-time for you. Just post something out on Gumtree, for example, or Indeed.co.uk is another one, and get somebody to help out. And you can do it on a per call basis. So I know when we started with our one, it was like the first 100 calls, for example, she would answer and take bookings for something like £160. So it's about £40 a week again. And then again, you've got any other bits and pieces you want them to do, then you can do that, pay them a little extra for it. So that's something to be thinking about. And also, likewise, apprentice scheme goes for personal trainers. I know lots of friends who've got studios, gyms, who've taken on an apprentice personal trainer. So that's something to look at if your goal is to have a studio. It's one of the questions coming now. I'll skip one, but yeah, have you got an organizational chart on your wall plus job description worksheet for each position? So I've been into companies, multi-million pound companies, and they don't have this. But if you've got a chart on the wall and it shows who's in charge of what your job responsibilities are, who you report to, do you not think that organization would function better? Would it be smoother, sleeker, more streamlined process? Everybody knows what they should be doing at any given time. So if you've got somebody who's not there, who's off sick, it's easy to get someone to cover that role. And can your current staff handle an increase in workload? So success that you're going to have in 2016, if you're currently operating at, let's say, 80% capacity, you've made yourself available for 40 hours a week and you're currently doing, I don't know, what's 80%? 30, 32, something like that. Can you handle an increase in workload? Well, what happens if you end up with 5 clients or wanting 3 sessions a week, 15 extra sessions? Well, you couldn't handle the increase in workload. Therefore, you need somebody else. So you've got to be thinking a few steps ahead of the game. Where do you want to be? How are you going to get there? Okay. Do you have enough job applications coming into your database? So I just saw one before I came on here tonight. I had one yesterday. Literally every single day I have a job application coming through. And am I giving jobs away every day? No, of course I'm not. But I'm storing them in my database so that when I do have a job application available, I've got a ready store of people who have already indicated an interest in working for me. Mm-hmm. And you can tell which ones really want it, who follows up. Not many, I'll tell you. You get one job application and that's it. And funnily enough, the last person that I did employ, she was the one that followed up. Okay, and is your staff training up to speed? If you do have staff, do you even have staff training? Speaking to a friend of mine the other day, he's got a £7 million business in car sales, no staff training whatsoever. Is it any wonder that there's a high turnover of staff? Not really. Do they feel they're getting anywhere? Do they actually see a career progression or any reward in that business? If you're being trained, then you think your employer's looking after you. And my background is coming from Virgin Atlantic, so we had loads put on for us that we could do, which I think is a great thing to do, to educate people, offer people the opportunity to improve themselves. So again, this is stuff you want to be thinking for. And it could be as simple as, like in one of my businesses with the sports injury clinics, it was getting everybody trained in kinesiotaping. So somebody was, a couple of people weren't. And again, you can look at it as a reward, instead of having to give them cash all the time as a bonus for signing people up. Why not set it as a target that you will get a training course worth, I don't know, you can get training courses for, I don't know, £180, less than that probably. You see different offers that people put out there on training companies, a lot less than that. So incentivize, get your staff training up to speed. Okay, so this is where I want you all to spend a little bit of time. Okay, so what I want you to do is going to spend a couple of minutes in analyzing your current strengths and areas that need improvement. So I'm going to put some music on while we go through this section, because I'd really like you to engage with this. I'll give you a few ideas. Okay, so maybe what you're strong at. Is it marketing? Is it sales? Is it your conversion rate? Is it the reputation that you have locally? Is it a strength of your business that you have alliances set up with a lot of other local companies? Do you have a great network? Do you have a great location for your business? Do you have a lot of flexibility? Or we're talking personal strengths, jobs you've done before perhaps that could help you doing this. What strengths do you think you bring to the table? Is it your communication skills, for example? I'm not just talking about current strengths. I'm good at teaching people to train. Current strength, you get results. Brilliant. Put it down. Okay. Areas of improvement. So conversely, could your sales percentage improve? Your conversion rate, could that improve? Could your lead generation, your marketing campaigns, could that improve? Could your client retention, staff retention even, that's keeping people in the business, could that improve? Could you have a better location for your business? Could you have a better referral system, testimonial system, renewal system? Could all these be areas of improvement? Okay, so I just want you to spend a couple of minutes with that. Okay, so I'm just going to pop some music on and right away for me. Okay.
Summer looking so cruel. Look shorty in the eye, told me it was no rules. Went to speak but was like never mind. Let my mind just sneak back to a better time when I was his age. And if he's ever mine, thinking he would only think back to this and never find better times to think back to when it comes. And he's older in the presence of somebody young, telling him the same things that he told me, and he reacts the same way as that OG. But it's old school, it's like 03, and it's old man. is my old me. Takes a long time to happen so fast to realize that your future is somebody else's past. What's up? As long as you love me, give me that old school love right now. As long as I'm here, as long as you love me, give me that old school love right now. Analog black vinyl spinning, sounding so good. Top down, can't be a classic if it's no wood. If you don't know what, then your new school floor model is the foundation for your YouTubes. Model flows off of Fat Boys and Juice Crews. Melly Mel's iced tea.
Okay, how are we getting on, everybody? Okay, we getting there? I hope so. So current strengths, just finish up areas that need improvement. You should be just finishing up on that. Okay. Okay, so like I say, should be finishing off now. Current strengths, areas that need improvement as well. Okay. So moving on, you should have a bunch for each really. Like I say, you can work on this over the next week, but it'd be great to see how you're getting on with it. And again, you might surprise yourself when you go back and spend a bit more thought on this over the weekend, maybe. Okay, this is the important one. So what I want you to do is identify top 10 action steps to move my business forward. So top 10 action steps identified to move my business forward. So what do you need to do to move your business forward? Okay. What do you need to do? So again, you can just brain dump off the top of your head. What do you need to do? What do you think you need to do? And you know, you can think big. We can be thinking the next year. We could be thinking immediate, and then we can really draw this all in and put a framework together for it. And you know, what would move your business forward? I talked earlier about having an admin to help you with answering calls, following up with calls, taking payments, doing paperwork for you. Would that move your business forward? Would that free up some time that you could monetize and spend in a better way? Would it be identifying a location for a studio? Maybe you're at that stage that's sick of being in a gym. You've got enough clients, or you think enough clients would come with you if you set up your own studio. So what do you need to do to move your business forward? You know, you're sick of being in a gym paying rent, can't do anything, you can only charge a certain price. So is it having a studio? So what action steps do you need around that? You need to locate that. Do you need finance? And again, funny enough, you know, one of the things we do with working as a business advisor with Virgin Startup, that if you saw the webinar last week, I'm doing at the moment, just spent a couple of days up in London working on that again, mapping out plans for 2016 with those guys. And we get lots of fitness professionals coming in again who are looking for loans to move their business forward. So, you know, you approach the private companies doing it as well, but with Virgin Startup, get a business advisor to help you with your business plan and with your financial forecast. And you also get a mentor. We've got something like 700 or 800 mentors, of which I'm one again. It will help you for the first year in your business. Okay, so you get a mentor for free. So that's something that you might want to think about. And you know, you can get loans from £1,000 up to £25,000. You know, so maybe you need to identify, do you need investment in your business to move it forward? You know, that might be something. Do you need to start by having a renewal system? Do you need to have a testimonial system, a referral system? Would these things move your business forward? Would it be taking on another trainer? Fill the capacity that you're going to have in 2016. It's going to be a huge year for you all. Okay, so you need to be ready for this. So top 10 action steps that you can identify. So think about those, write those down now. Okay, so top 10 action steps. What 10 things you could do that are going to move your business forward? Again, is it having a script to improve your conversion rate? Because that's something that we'll be working on. Is it making alliances with local businesses that are looking for the same clients as you but aren't competing? So if you're looking for 50 to 60-year-old females living in a certain postcode, are we talking local hairdresser, local beauty salon? Could you not form a strategic alliance there whereby that salon could offer their clients your services with a special deal, of course, and likewise they could introduce their clients to you? So would that move your business forward? Okay. Would it be having a system in place to track all of these things so that you know what you're doing on a regular basis, how you could track the numbers? That was one of the big ones for me, being able to track everything. Would it be knowing how to retain your clients, what you can reward your clients with? What are you doing for your clients at the moment when they do refer people to you? Or even if they don't, what are you doing for them? Do you put on regular events where they get to enjoy themselves, talk to each other, talk about then your business and how great it is? So what top 10 things are going to move your business forward in 2016? And then we can break that down over the next couple of weeks, which are the ones that are going to get you there the quickest, which quick wins we can identify to move your business forward. And this should apply to all of you, irrespective with your, even more so if you're starting for the first time now. Do you need to be seen? Do people need to know who you are? Do you need a website? Do you need a Facebook page? Okay, what top 10 action steps will move your business forward? Is it contacting your inactive clients? Because that would be one of my first ones. And it's one of the ones we're going to use in all of our businesses in the next couple of weeks. If you've got inactive clients, and we're coming up to the busiest time of the year, starting in the new year for people who are looking to potentially lose weight, get their body in shape, pain-free, then we're going to go after these inactive clients. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so those are the ones you want to identify. So that would definitely be in my top 10. And also the prospects, people who've indicated an interest in your business before. That would be another one of mine. I'm not giving you all the answers here, but I'm trying to get you to think. That should be, what's your to-do list? What's on your to-do list every day? And then pull out the big rocks in there that are actually going to accelerate your business, not the mundane day-to-day tasks that you got down there now, like write another program out for a new client, write my last month's financials. Although that we should be doing those anyway. That should be our given tasks. I'm talking about things that are going to accelerate your business forward. Okay. So, business analysis. So we're just going to finish up now on the last section tonight. Just a couple of questions left, as you can see. Last little section, and we'll be finishing up. Not far off being on time, which is amazing for me. Okay, business analysis. So what is your business model and what's your type of training? Okay. So do you operate a personal training business? Do you operate a sports injury clinic? Do you operate a beauty salon, chiropractic clinic? What is your business model? A boot camp, for example. And within that, what type of training do you offer then? If it is in the health and fitness side of things, is it one-on-one? Is it small group? Is it large group? Maybe you just do, as one of the trainers I spoke to, I'm not in the gym, martial arts. Maybe just do that. Maybe you're a class instructor. That's what training you do. It depends. We've all got different businesses. Okay. And then we're going to look at your packaging and pricing of your services. So we're going to go into this in another module in a hell of a lot more detail, and get it right, get it working, for you and what your goals are, and getting you to be where you want to be, achieve what you want to achieve in 2016 and beyond. But is your current packaging and pricing going to get you there? Are you undervaluing your services? So you're not charging enough? Is the packaging wrong? Please don't tell me you're operating on a pay-as-you-go model. Please, nobody tell me they're doing that. This doesn't work. I've been there. We've all done that. We all started out like that, cash in hand. Those are the clients who phone in sick when it rains and you train them outdoors, or they're on holiday in the summer, or now they've already cancelled on you coming up to Christmas, just when they had 2 sessions left and they were going to renew. Excuse me, I'll have a drink of water because I'm getting all husky on you. Okay, so we're going to spend a lot of time looking at packaging and pricing, and the model we like here is having 3 options. Thereby, most people will fall into the middle one. You want to upsell them on to the highest one, of course. The downsell is to the cheapest one. So I hate the word cheap. Let's not use that. Into the shortest one. So by shortest, I mean we have a 3-month, a 6-month, and a 12-month. And personal training, this works brilliantly, or any health and fitness business. Found out it doesn't work as well in therapy business. It does if you're offering maintenance packages. So i.e. we've worked on your muscular tension, or we've rehabbed that injury. Therefore, if you're going to keep doing what you're doing, it's going to come back potentially. Therefore, to prevent that, come and see us once a month for a maintenance treatment, or once a week, once every 2 weeks. It depends. It's the same with training. Get someone training once, twice, 3 times a week, etc. So the more they see you, the quicker you're going to get those results. And maybe you have, excuse me, maybe you have a feeder. By that I mean like a kickstart program. And we did it both with a personal training. We also did it with a sports therapy business. And that was like a 21 or a 28-day kickstart. And by that I mean it's a low entry price point for them. And it's just designed, you're not making money from it, or you're not making massive amount of money from it, but you're enticing new people into your business to find out how great you are at doing what you do. And then at the end of that, when they love it so much and they can see that even after 3 or 4 weeks they're getting some results, you will then upsell them into those bigger packages. So we like having something like that: 12-month, 6-month, 3-month, and then a kickstart program that you can roll out every quarter, every season as one of your marketing campaigns to get people into your business and talking about you. Okay, so like I say, just jot down what you've got at the moment, what your packaging and pricing is, your type of training, your business model, and how do you stand out in the marketplace? And that is that question. What's your USP? And I always like this one. They say it's with Virgin Startup. So what's your elevator pitch? So if you got in an elevator, doors are about to close, someone put their foot in the door's opened, Richard Branson walks in. It's just you and Richard Branson in the elevator, and he asks you, "So what do you do?" There's your moment, your business idea. Tell him how wonderful and amazing your business is. What do you do different or better than everybody else? Because there aren't any new businesses anymore, essentially, are there? Everything's remarketed. You might get the odd one, like a Facebook or a Microsoft, I'm sure. But you know, so how do you stand out in the marketplace? What is your USP? What makes you different from everybody else out there? Okay, so have a think about that and your own business. For me, it was just something as simple as we were able to cater to all clients in our town, having clinics in Poole and Bournemouth. We were the only people who also offered a all-round package, that all-round program that they would get sent as soon as they left our premises. By the time they got home, they would have been emailed a program of videos, strengthening, stretching exercises that they could do. Instead of drawing a little stick men on a bit of paper and giving that someone away to rehab an injury, they would have a video that they would just click on, and it would show them exactly what to do. And we had fantastic feedback from that, and nobody else was doing it. We also, which nobody does in the sports injury industry, is offer free consultation. So again, it made us stand out because we traditionally got people who had been to see the GP and general practitioner, so they'd never had specialist knowledge. It was general knowledge, and they just referred them to the physio in the hospital, who would invariably give them a leaflet with a couple of stretches that were the same as if you were 5 years old or 55 years old. Well, a knee joint for a 5-year-old is very different from a knee joint for a 55-year-old. But we offered a free consultation, so if they didn't want to wait 6 to 8 weeks to see a physio, we would see them for free, because our stats told us once we started offering that, 7 out of 10 people would take up a treatment package with us. So it was worth us offering that for free, and it was a 15-20 minute consultation. So all my staff were willing to do that for free. So that made us stand out in the marketplace. It was great for our marketing, both of those things, and also being able to offer personal training as well as, or alongside of, sports injury. So as I mentioned in the webinar last week, so if people were breaking down from training for an event like a marathon or a triathlon, then we could not only rehab them, we could also motivate them by having a trainer train them for that event. So for me, we had 3 things that made us stand out in the marketplace. Okay, so think about what yours is, because I think it's so difficult in the PT industry. Everybody does a 6-week course, or now 5 even, and they all come out with the same qualification: level 3, personal trainer qualification, circuits qualification, core training qualification. Can't think of the other one off the top of my head. I think there's like 3 or 4, isn't there, that everybody does. And of course, you're huge. 4 hours on marketing and how to actually make money in this industry. So, like I say, what makes you stand out? It's I understand if you're coming into the industry new, then that is difficult. But what's your angle? Are you the ex-military guy? Are you the martial artist? Are you more of a mature trainer? So you've got more life experience, you've got more customer service skills. Maybe you were somebody who lost weight yourself and you can really relate to that client, or you overcome an illness and therefore GP referrals are great for you. So it kind of brings out your niche, your speciality really. And again, it makes you start thinking about which clients you're going to market your business for. So, the word marketplace, there's a reason for it being called that. Okay, and lastly, last couple, I know I'm running over now, guys. So you can do these ones. I'm not expecting you to come up with all this information now. So but before next week, campaign and promotion review. So if you are running marketing campaigns, I want you to list out the name of each campaign. So did you do a 21-day kickstart? Did you do a little black dress campaign? We did like a 21-day pain-free campaign. You know, every season, you know, you should have marketing that goes out there. So what was the name of the campaign? What was the target? Okay. What was the target market on that is what I mean. So who was that aimed at? Was that aimed at female over 50s? Was that aimed at 20 to 30-year-olds who were single? Whatever it might be. Okay. And what was the offer? What was the price point that you were offering for them? Was it 21-day kickstart for £21? You know, really, really cheap, but gets them into your business, gets a lot of people in, you get a lot of volume in. Okay. And what were the number of clients that you acquired from that individual campaign? How many clients did that bring in? Okay. And what was the value offer of that campaign? And by that, I mean the value offer, you might want to make notes if you're not doing so already. So the value offer is going to be, what was that worth to them? So they might have been paying £21, but if you were training them 21 days, 21 hours, you know, what's that value? Was that like £600? I don't know. What is it to you? What do you charge? What was the value offer to that person to be able to take you up on that offer? You know, and I'm not a huge one for offering discounts. I'd rather, like with this course, offer more value. So add in coaching, add in done for you campaigns, add in not in the gym membership, etc. Things like that add value. Okay, so list those out for next week. If you're not doing it, then why not use this as a perfect brainstorming session to think of what campaigns you could be launching. And let's just think of the immediate future. So let's think of the new year. Okay, think of as many campaigns, thinking about your target market, which we will cover next week. But thinking about your target market, target markets, what kind of campaigns could you be running, whatever industry you're in, okay? And think about the offer that you could make as well as the target market. So what age are they? What sex are they? Are they single? Are they married? Do they have kids? What kind of income? You know, what is your target market? Okay, so start thinking about that. This is why this is a nice lead on to next week, because it already gets you thinking about your target market. What's the offer going to be? Okay, what are you going to offer them? What price point are you going in at? Okay, we don't know the number of clients acquired, but what's your target? How many clients do you want from this individual campaign? Do you want 1? Do you want 10? Do you want 30? I don't know. You tell me. Okay, and then what value are you going to offer? What's that going to be? What value are you going to offer as part of this campaign? So what's it going to be worth to that client? So you've got your offer, your price point. Yeah, okay. But what is that in reality worth to that client? It's going to be worth a lot more, I'm guessing. Okay. So like I say, everybody to do this, no matter if you haven't run any marketing campaigns. If you have, brilliant. Let's have a little look at it. Let's see how successful it's been. Okay, and then last question tonight, how did you get your clients? Okay, so did you get them from referrals, which 99 out of 100 trainers do? Having spoken to something crazy, I think our database is something like 4,000 trainers since we started Not in the Gym 5 years ago. But have you run Facebook campaigns? Have you run Google campaigns? Have you run competition on your website? Whatever it might be, do you Do you have strategic alliances set up with, for example, the local beauty salon, the local golf shop, whatever it might be? How do you get your clients? Break it down if you can. Go through your list of clients, okay? And conversely, if you haven't got any clients yet and we're literally starting from a blank slate, great start. Where do you want to target? What's your gut tell you? What do you feel comfortable with? That's what I'd want to hear. What can we work with to start with? What it's going to be areas that excite you, that get you enthusiastic about trying to get clients. For example, how many people get excited about the thought of walking around a gym floor, walking up to people and talking to them? Because that normally scares the hell out of everybody. So maybe you don't want to get your clients from there. Or maybe you are an incredibly confident person who's very engaging, can talk to anybody in any situation. And that's an easy way for you to get clients, because you're not selling to them. You're just asking them in the gym environment. So how's your training going? What are you looking to achieve? How are you getting on with that? What kind of results have you gotten lately? Oh, really? You're struggling? What are you struggling with? Okay, well, let me show you a couple of exercises that I know that accelerate your gains in that area. Boom. There's your hook. There's your in. And again, they might not be ready to buy from you now, but they're interested. They'll look out for you next time you're in the gym. They'll maybe approach you. Then maybe you give them an introductory session. Maybe you jump in with them there and then, and then you explain the value that you can offer. You can get them there far quicker with your help than them doing it alone. So there should be loads for you to go on tonight. I hope that's been useful. I know it's a hell of a lot to to get your head around, especially if you don't have a lot of time in your life. But listen, we all have the same time. We all have 24 hours in a day. Where David Cameron, Barack Obama, Kylie Minogue, whoever it is, I don't know why she popped into my head. Christmas album, I guess. We all got the same time in the day, and I always think, hey, if the President of the United States can make time to have a workout in the morning before he starts work, play a game of pickup basketball, do his yoga, do his meditation, then there's got to be time for us to track our business and find out what we're doing well, what we're not doing so well, and what we can improve. And we can all improve somewhere. We can normally improve in every part that we've been through tonight. Sales, marketing, management of our business, the revenue, definitely. I know everyone can improve in that regard. So, go back, have a look at where the strengths are, the areas to improve, and get busy on those 10 action steps to accelerate your business in 2016, because you will. It's just a question of taking action, as in everything in life, as we know. It's great to read about it or listen to information about it, but the biggest thing is actually taking the action and going out and implementing it. And that's what we try to do with changing how Not in the Gym works. And again, with our body clinics, encouraging our clients to take accountability for their actions. So, are you doing your stretching, strengthening exercises? Yeah. Okay. Show me, which ones are you doing? Can't remember. Okay. So you're not doing them. Boom. Caught you out. Okay. We're not here to catch people out. We want you to improve your business and grow and be successful as you want to be. And as I said before, success means something different to every person. And again, we want you to think about what success will mean to you in 3 months' time, in 6 months' time, in 12 months' time. I always struggle with that. Give me a 5-year plan, give me a 10-year plan, give me, things can change. I want us to focus on the next year. I mean, if you've got a huge goal and, dream big. I love dreaming big. So have those huge goals, but let's think about the next year and get you from A to B, get you doubling, tripling what you're earning now. And it's doable. I've done it. It can be done in months rather than years, but it takes action, takes implementation. But we can all get there, and we will. Okay. What I was going to do was take questions, but I've just been made aware that for some reason we can't see the questions, which we could right at the beginning. It's completely frozen up, which is incredibly annoying. As you can probably see now, I'm just going to play around with the screens we've got just to see if I can. Let me get my namesake Alex in. Completely frozen, which is really annoying. Okay, so it might be that I'm going to try for a couple of minutes, guys, if you're going to stay on. If not, then thank you for hanging around. What we do get afterwards from, and this has happened to us once before on this go-to webinar. It's happened before, but what we do get is a printout of every single comment that you've posted in the boxes. It's all recorded. Therefore, any questions you've got, punch them into the box and we will get back to you. And I'll get back to you in the next 24 hours. I promise you. So that if you are going to go away and work on this document over the weekends, then we will have the answers to those questions before you do. And as you've probably seen, we've got the two documents there posted up tonight. So one was for today, one is next week, which is going to be drilling right down into the client avatar. This was part one of client avatars. This is getting to think about your target market, the marketplace that you're going to be operating in. And then next week, we're going to really drill down into it, okay, and find out what they look like. What is your client avatar? What's their name? Is it Bob? Is it Charlie? I don't know. But we're going to name them. And we're going to drill right down into exactly who we're looking for. Are they male? Are they female? Where do they live? What do they do for a living? How much money do they earn? Do they go to church? Do they not go to church? Are they educated? Are they not educated? We're going to look at our mission statements, loads of good stuff. So you've got that document in there that you should have already clicked on, downloaded, take it away, have a good look at it. It's got a contents list at the front there, so you can flip in and out. But it's pretty chunky. It might even take us 2 webinars to go through that. And schedule-wise, just to let you know whilst you're all here now, because I can see every single person is still on the webinar, which is great to see. So next week, we're going to go, and you'll get all this information anyway, but I'll tell you whilst you're on. So again, next week, we're going to go Thursday, the 17th of December, 8 p.m. for the webinar. And then I know the following week, boom, it's Christmas Eve. So we won't be having webinar on Christmas Eve. Okay. And the following week, it's New Year's Eve as well, I know. So what we're going to look to do is it's always going to happen sometime of year, whether we did this when we run one next summer, people are going to be away for summer holiday. So all we're going to do is going to take a 1 week break, and we're going to work out when that's going to be. But what I wanted to do is give you some really good content now on reviewing your business, setting it up for the new year, getting your target market aligned. And we will run this on another date next week. We will get a call in with you before then. So we will get you, then you'll have longer to work on that second document. Okay. So it should give you plenty of time to look at your client avatar. But next week, we're good to go. Like I say, 17th, and we'll find out from yourselves which is looking like a good date for all of you to do. And I'm thinking we'll see if we can run one of these at the back end of the week, maybe. we'll see. Like I say, we'll take a week off, give you all a break anyway. I know people are driving around, flying off all over the place just from the conversations I've had with a lot of you. So I don't want you to miss a week. Although, like I say, we're recording everything and we're sending it out for you, and that's going to form part of this course that you can refer to at every opportunity. But we'll get a little clearer on that for you. And then, January, it will be back on every Thursday, 8 p.m. as well, which I think is something like the 7th of January. So next 2 weeks, next week is all good to go. And then the 2 weeks in between Christmas and New Year, we'll need to be a little more creative with when we offer this, which is cool. Okay, so post up any questions that you've got. Like I say, it's not playing ball at all. And if I end it, it ends. And I can't set it up straight away again for you. So I can see people are dropping off now, like I've just said. So thank you very much for staying on. We're going to end it now. Any questions, post them up. I'm going to leave this running. So I'll post up any questions you've got. And then once the last person I could see has dropped out of the webinar, we will print off all those questions and we will answer them for you. Okay, and we'll work out exactly what GoToWebinar are not doing and freezing this for us. Okay, so I'm going to leave this running, post up any questions you got, and we will be in touch over the next 24 hours to get set up for next week. And thanks again for listening. I much appreciate it. Good night.